Hey, 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 yeah, hey, yeah. I don't know, bro. Riding street has become a notable style within the scootering community. It's grown vastly, quickly, and to a whopping amount of craziness at this point. Let's just say there's a little bit of controversy between weight weenies and street riders, although some street riders are weight weenies, some weight weenies turn into street riders. You know, whatever the case may be, it doesn't really matter. Today we're going to be talking about the top 10 lightweight scooter decks oriented for street riding. What a do, Buddha crew, it is your boy Finesse B here, coming in with another informative episode of Scoot Review. Today we're talking about the top 10 street-orientated scooter decks. And let me tell you, alright, number one on this list will shock you. Dum dum dum, it's gonna shock you. Make sure that you guys all subscribe for more videos like this every single week. And with that being said, let's get right into the countdown. Coming in at the 10th spot, it's the newly released Aztek Lindwurm V3 deck, the boxed version specifically. Now this comes in an angle cut and a boxed version. Today we're looking at the boxed because it's more oriented for street riding. Of course, you can run the angled cut version with pegs if you like that, if that's your preference. Stop questioning my picks, right? This is my list. These come in a 22-inch and a 23.2-inch. The Lindworm V3 comes in at a measly 4 pounds, 3 ounces, which is 1.4 kilograms, a measly amount of weight for such a great looking deck. It's got the nylon brake, it's 12mm standard compatible, it has removable spaces so you can run either 12mm standard, 30 wides, 24 wides, whatever the case may be. You can run it all on the Lindworm the Lindworm 3. Yep. Coming in at number 9, we have the Padel AOS V4 deck. Now, let me just remind you really quickly that this is not a top 10 based on purely weight. We are talking about the top 10 picks, the best decks, best looking, you know, support the rider if it's a SIG, the price point, and the weight itself. Mainly on weight, but there's some other key factors in there, as I'm not going to cover every single AOS V4 model that there is. Today I'm picking the Padel. Alright, deal with it. Again, nylon plastic fender, it's got the blunt plate, it also has the removable dropout, so if you want to run it boxed, you can. If you'd like to ride it with pegs, you can. The Padel comes in at 3 pounds, 14.8 ounces, which is 1.78 kilograms. Obviously a little bit lighter than the Lindworm 22 long, but a great deck overall, and it's also a signature, so you are putting money in a rider's pocket. The next step up to number 8, it's the Tilt Theory 2 deck. Not the original, but the 002. This is a great looking deck. I don't think I have to say much else about it. At 5'5" wide by 22 long, this thing weighs in at 3 pounds, 14 ounces, 1.78 kilograms, a tiny little smidge lighter than the AOS V4. And this is a great looking deck. Rider owned, make sure you support it. The Tilt Theory features forged and welded dropouts to improve the strength. It makes 50/50s and 5/0s feel like nothing you've ever felt before, like, you know, multiple O's. It comes with spaces so you can run 24mm wheels or 30 wide Radix wheels. Doesn't really matter what your preference is, but you cannot run 12mm standard on this. And since the fender is welded on, you cannot use any other brake. The next pick at number 7, a little bit unorthodox and unheard of, but it's the Addict Blacksmith Deck, the Brandon James signature deck. Now, I don't think these are in production anymore, so they might be a bit of a rarity at this point. If you can pick one of these up, make sure you do so. And like any other part on this list, you can cop them all at thevolproscooters.com and use code Buddha to save 10% off anything you want on the website. Save that dosh, people. Okay, don't let it go to waste. The Blacksmith deck was apparently tested for over 2 years by the best street riders in the world. This particular model is 4.85 wide. The width underneath is 3.7, so not so great for maybe the American or Australian, even the UK riders out there, but anyone that rides pegs there out in Europe, this is going to be a great deck for you, and I wanted to include something to your needs on this list as well. This thing is 23.2 inches long and weighs a measly 3 pounds, 13.8 ounces, which is roughly 1.75 kilograms. So really getting down in weight here. The width, not so great, but for any Europeans out there that love the pegs, this is a bit of you, I'd say. We're about halfway there now. At number 6, it's the District HT Series SIG deck from Chris Farris. If you didn't know, Chris Farris actually left District a couple of months back for Mad Gear. So again, this is another rare piece of scootering material on the market still. So if you can pick up one of these, they are out of stock commonly. Cop it. I don't know. I don't care. I'll give you the info that you came for. It's 3 pounds, 12.2 ounces, 1.7 kilograms. This thing is light. Okay? It's light, bro. It is 5.1 wide by 22 and a quarter. So a little bit shorter. You know, it's boxed, it's got dropouts, it's got a nice brake. I really like District brakes. This thing is underrated, I would say. So cop it, it's rare, and it's never getting made again. At number 5, we have the Wise Martin Andre SIG deck with the most amazing graphic I've ever seen on a SIG. It's so clean. The black and white looks amazing. It's got the dropouts, the peg style, so they're rounded out for great 5.0s. It's got spaces, 84-degree head tube angle, 12mm standard spaces included, but no 12mm standard axle is included. At 4.9 wide and 22 long, this weighs roughly exactly the same as the Farris deck at 3 pounds, 12.1 ounces, or 1.703 kilograms. So just the tiniest little bit lighter, but much better looking in my opinion than the Farris deck. Sorry, not sorry. Next up, it's the hugely popular Urban Art V4 Bone deck. Now we picked the 5.5 wide to go down the middle of the 5, 5, 5, and 6. Just to save a little bit more weight and still have great option for street riding. This has the removable dropouts, like we said. It's available in white and black, 22.5 inches long by, like I said, 5.5 wide. It weighs a measly 3 pounds, 11 ounces. This has got to be one of the greatest feeling decks on the market. It's so plain, simple, and basic looking, but it feels amazing. It is super light, and it is just great to ride. Just take it from me, all right? This thing has been ridiculously popular. Ridiculously popular. If you can get one of these, hell, get one. Code BRUTAL at thevolposcooters.com. Next up, it's the Elite Supreme 5 wide by 21.8. These also come in a 22.2, and they're pretty hard to get your hands on, so if you can find these in stock anywhere before the next realm of the decks from Elite come in, you need to pick one of these up ASAP while you can. Elite is dropping new decks as we speak. We're getting them ready right now. So these 5 wide Supremes are not going to last any longer. I don't know if we're doing another run of these anytime soon with the old head tube. So things are going to change vastly, to say the least. We're really coming down to the wire here at 3 pounds, 7.5 ounces, or 1.57 kilograms. This is the 4th lightest deck I could possibly find on anyone's website, and I'm glad to say that because Elite is the tits, bro. This is a great feeling deck. They are dummy light. I've ridden many of these in the past, and by God, they're just... You can take it from me, or you can go and get one and just find out for yourself. You can flick these around like they're nothing, I'm telling you. At number 2, and arguably the best street deck overall, it's the Aztec Lucid deck. Now, a lot of you might be surprised by this choice. Apparently, there's been some issues with these. As I reported in Scoot Review a couple of days back, there have been some strengthening issues, and Aztec has addressed this directly on their Instagram account, where they have claimed that they are now improving and re-releasing a better version of the Lucid, so maybe the Lucid V2 will come in a little bit stronger, but we're here for the weight, and the weight is 3 pounds, 6.4 ounces, or 1.54 kilograms. This thing is featherweight light for something that is 22.5 long and 5.5 wide. You can also get them in 23s or 6x23. And even personally, I have the 623, and it feels like nothing. It feels lighter than the Urban Art 6 wide. And if you're a freak and don't mind the edges getting wrecked, you can take the dropouts out and it's even lighter. But I wouldn't advise doing that. And now for probably the most shocking pick you'll ever see me make on this show. It is the Apex boxed deck. Now we're only putting this at the top for its weight, purely the weight. This thing is not only overpriced, has a disgusting looking fender. Look at that thing. By God, what is that? Are you gonna rip holes in your shoes from this? The top is gonna get sharp. What were they thinking with this fender? This is disgusting. 5 inches wide, 20.25 long or 21.25 long. This is not going to be great for the majority of street riders, but it is still a street style orientated deck as it has the boxed ends. It is trying to cater to maybe the hybrid rider in between that doesn't know which way they want to go. Maybe they just ride street at a skate park. They don't actually cruise the streets. So, I mean, do with it what you will, okay? But let me tell you, this thing weighs 3 pounds, 3.2 ounces, or 1.45 kilograms. This weighs as much as this frickin' can of Monster. Well, not now that it's almost finished. But even still, these things are dummy light, and if you've got money to blow, hell, go ahead and cop it. But you can kill $36 off this price if you use code Buddha at the Vault Pro Scooters. You know what to do. Save that 10%. Save that moolah, and cop a SB hat right here. Link in bio. So that's it for the top 10 countdown here on Scoot Review. This was the top 10 lightweight street scooter decks. I hope you guys enjoyed. If it helped you make a purchase, let me know in the comments below what other decks that you would like to see, or maybe a different sort of countdown. I don't even know if that sentence made sense, but here we are. That's another video done for me. It's been your boy FinnSB, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Have an amazing day. Cheerio.